Test, test. Microphone works. But at least the microphone works. Check, check, radio check. Mic works. Webcam does not. Curious. Check the cables. Okay, so let's see. Properties. Yep, Logitech. Very strange. That one doesn't work, that one doesn't work. Let's go here and see. Still does not work. NDI source. Properties. Okay, that was weird. I guess it finally works. Yeah. I wonder if I can turn these on after the fact. Okay, so if I go look at my profile, and then if I go and look at my coin, and then I hit start live stream, I agree. I'm going to put this to OBS streaming software. Multi-stream test. Connecting to room. Only token holders can chat. So that is there. Let me toggle that switch again and see. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Showing a red dot. It's actually working? Are you telling me I figured this out? Are you telling me I figured this out? What the heck? Okay. Well. probably mute myself so you don't hear me twice on the stream, right? Okay. So now the question is, will the oh, it doesn't show the multi-chat there. Can I? Huh. I might not be able to see the chat from Pump. Yes, sign the message, confirm. Wow, it really does not like the Chrome browser over there. I have Brave on this computer, right? Firefox? Really? There's Brave. I have to go and open up a whole nother browser. Okay. Yeah, I know. Plugins, extensions. Manage extensions. You know, that's the thing when you have two different computers. Everything's all over the place. And if something works over here, it doesn't work over there. And if it works over there, it doesn't work over here. And it's just like, are you kidding me? It's kind of annoying. Let's see. I want to check something else here. Okay, you can hear the music. Okay, you can hear the music. Excellent. Okay, that's good. Oh, let's see. All right, Phantom Wallet. Phantom.com. Add to Brave. Add extension. We're working on it, folks. Might actually have something that's viable and usable tomorrow. This is my second stream. I am Sci-Fi Bradley. Everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Instagram. I even have my own .com. Space and sci-fi streamer, game developer, wannabe. Learning to use Unreal Engine. Alright, so let's see. Use your FYD code. Can't import recovery phrase. Import private key. Connect your hardware wallet. Recovery phrase. I wonder. I'm gonna have to go check some emails now. Who? Okay, so let's check. That would be a no. Alright, so let's check this one. That would be a no. Why does this... This has gotta be like phishing or something. Mailed by, but it's... Huh. Mailing list. I'm getting official business type emails. And yet, that also... Huh. It's telling me my status is I've lost access to my something account. Unfortunately, this means you've lost access to perks of your something card. And yet, I just checked it a few minutes ago, and it's perfectly fine. But, also, distracted. Squirrel! Alright, so let's check some more emails. No. Oh, I actually got to put in the search term for what I'm looking for. I guess not. Oh, what is this? Huh. Somebody actually... Huh. Even a casual chat would mean a lot. Hey, son. 4 hours ago. The way your coin has grown and gained traction is inspiring. Well, yeah, it is. That's why I'm back here streaming again, trying to figure it out, because I want to keep doing it. This is a long-term goal here. I'm guessing English is not their first language. But, thanks for the email. I'm glad somebody actually checked my socials and frickin', like, you know, link in bio. Like, they actually looked that up and then sent me an email. Like, what? That's amazing. You're in the, like, top 0.01% of people right now because you are able to do that. I have CEOs and HR representatives and salespeople. Like, they can't even bother to look at my bio. Like, if the information they're requesting is literally in my bio, they could just go and click on it. Like, that simple. It's just this little click. Click. Can you believe it? Somebody actually did it. Absolutely amazing. There is hope for humanity. Okay, hey, it's Phil. Oh, Easy A is having a Hackoween. Together with our friends at Stella, we're giving away $25,000. Oh my goodness. So that's from Phil at Easy A. They're having a party somewhere. Oh, at Harvard, because that's where they went to school. Phil and Dom Kwok, founders of Easy A, they went to Harvard. Very smart guys. Tall as well. They're like this tall. It's amazing. Pretty cool. So yeah, they're having their Harvard Hackoween Hackathon. Saturday, October 25th, 9:30. That's 0930. Through Sunday, 26th, until 17:30. And this is all GMT, by the way. Greenwich Mean Time. -4. I'm guessing that's Eastern time. Yeah. Boston Figurative Art Center. In any event, I do not have... I have not received any emails from Phantom. Curious. So, for now... Yeah. I Let's close that. Close that. I need a recovery phrase. In order to let's see, which icon is it? Must be that one. From another wallet. So now I need to type all of these in. Hopefully no typos. Import wallet. Finding accounts with activity. Yes, we found accounts with activity. Continue. It's the same password. Or not. Yeah, we'll do that. Different password. You're all ready. Get started. Okay. Yep, that looks right. So now, question mark. I already have a wallet. I'm going to import Curious. Because I just did the plugin for this. How do I... Curious. Alright, let's refresh the page. Maybe that will do something. Let's go ahead and close that. Close that, close that. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to close the browser and restart it. Also, I think I'm pretty much out of wine. There we go, that looks right. Okay, so... Connect. Confirm. I don't need to edit my profile. I just need to have this over there on a different computer. Profile. Look at that. Fabulous. It's on the other computer now. Fabulous. Brilliant. It's on the other computer now. Fabulous. Brilliant. I'm going to mute that so you don't get the double audio thing going on. Okay, so somehow I have managed to get all of this up and running. Let's see, Twitch is showing there. I want to check and verify YouTube as well. Curious. let's switch browsers again. See if I've got that over here with this. Because Brave is supposed to share. Apparently not. Did I type that incorrectly? Open Gmail app on iPhone. Yes, it's me. Bam. Continue. Already registered this device, you don't have to register it again. Okay, that's fine. No. Show notifications. That's no. Hey, look, okay, that's me. That's fine. Streaming. It's on YouTube. Okay, no. So that's working. What do you know? Fabulous. Love to see it. Okay, so this multi-chat supports Twitch and YouTube, and then somehow I gotta figure out how to watch the other chat from this over here. I suppose. Oh, I can do this. Okay. I squish this window down. I have that window there. Next to it. Then I can see the multi-chat. I can see pump chat. And everything should be working. Except for the Stream Deck. That is still broken. So, arg. That's really annoying. I do have another mouse, so I can actually switch things over. Fortunately. Let's fire up some Fortnite. I was hoping to play a little bit. K-pop Demon Hunters. Y'all know anything about that? Like, this is news to me. Apparently it's a new movie, or a recent movie, or something. I haven't seen it. It's kind of not my, you know, wheelhouse. So, got lucky. Oh. Let's make that full screen. Because Fortnite is all about demons. Like, the zombie aspect, like, demon part of it, I get the collab. It's good. It makes sense, right? Ramen! Spicy ramen! Waveform walkers. Show them off. Music reactive. Megazord's might. Oh, slay the bug queen. Once and for all. Heck yeah, let's go. Introducing leaderboards. Track your progress on the Unreal Global Leaderboard and your friends' rank in one place. Okay. Let's take a look. Global friends. Player search. No leaderboard entries available. Global. Reach Unreal rank to appear on this leaderboard. What am I looking for? Oh, hey, look. There's some of my friends. Grandad Electro, Dino Stormblast, Headshot Chick. That's in Ranked Battle Royale. What about Ranked Zero Build? Petrov, another friend, and Vanilla Ice Queen. Petrov has a very inclusive community, likes to bring everybody together, advertise everybody, share links, all that stuff. Definitely go follow him. Headshot Chick, like the #1 female family-friendly Fortnite streamer. She's awesome. Gotta go check out Liz, Headshot Chick. Vanilla Ice Queen. Okay, so if you want to hear Siri curse at you, dropping F-bombs while playing Fortnite, she's the one. She is definitely an 18+, not family-friendly, but her voiceover is amazing. Yeah, it's wild. So, I don't know who Dino Stormblast is. Grandad Electro is just somebody from Headshot Chick's community. Cool guy from down under. Let's see, Ranked Reload, Ranked Ballistic, Major Update, OG Ranked, Dino Stormblast, OG Ranked, Ranked The Getaway? I don't know what that is. Huh. Okay. What's going on in the locker? Oh, I finally have another pair of shoes. Waveform Walkers. Huh. Okay. Try on kicks. That looks funny. Just saying. Also looks kind of funny. What did we get? We got the new background here. Megazord. Let's favorite that one. That's a good one to favorite. Go, go, Power Rangers. So this... No stats available. Count level 2566. I haven't played a lot this season, to be honest. Yeah, anyhow. Hey, by the way, excuse me, for those of you that are new around here, go into the search, you know, the little magnifying glass up here, type in creator code, Sci-Fi Bradley. Look at that, 6 islands, creator, that's me, what do you know? So, drop in there, give me a favorite please, I would appreciate it for the support. Same thing with my islands, go pick an island, any of them, you know, hit the heart. Glass is my very first map that I ever made. This was an exercise in trying out a different game style, trying out different mechanics to the Fortnite universe. And basically you start out in a glass cube, and it is a 10 by 10 by 10. So there's 1,000 of these glass cubes, right? And it's suspended over a volcano via these cables. And you have to eliminate other players. You can do that by shooting in the traditional Fortnite way, but you got to get through the glass first, or you can drop them down into the volcano. Because it's lava, right? It's a long ways down to the lava too, actually. Let me give you a little demo. We'll play it by ourselves, I guess. Nobody else is here. Nobody else is playing it. I'm not that popular. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to work on it, you know? Trying to fix that popularity thing. The whole recognition for playing Fortnite and playing my maps. So, you know, this game, this type of gameplay with glass, it's very fast, as it turns out. When we were doing playtesting when it first came out, a couple months after it first came out, I was playtesting with a handful of other players, and I forgot to turn off name tags over your head. See how it has the name tag over my head? It was like that in this game. And it was a hot mess, let me tell you. It was wild. So we fixed that, got rid of the name tags, and yeah. So now you should just expect to see players. I did, however, increase the game playability in terms of time. So after the round ends, it should reset. So the entire match is, what did I set it to? 7 rounds, I think. I think I set it to 7 rounds. Yeah, for the match. So you have to win 7 rounds, or win the majority of them, 4 out of 3, for example, in order to win the actual match. So, yeah, that's the idea with glass. And if it ever loads, I guess we'll see. I can show you, but we're sitting here. It's just preparing to download. Right there. Preparing to download. Kind of annoying. Also, so we've got other maps like Sapphire City Luna, Yacht Wars, Red vs. Blue, the Solar System. This is my most popular map, believe it or not, the Solar System. All you do is run around and try and find the planets, try and find Pluto. And then we've got Glass in Space, which is what we're going to play right now, but in space instead of over a volcano. And then Glass 2, Bulletproof, hopefully I'll be able to show that off, has random bulletproof glass panels. So you can tell which ones are breakable because they already have cracks in them. But the fully clear ones are bulletproof, and so it introduces a new dynamic. Plus I made it wider, longer, but shorter. It's only 2 levels tall for Glass 2. And then it's... I don't even remember the number. It might be 50 by 50, so 50 wide, 50 long, and then 2 stories tall. So it's very large in that kind of play area that way. Yeah. And same thing, it's suspended over a volcano. So, you know, yeah. You are already matchmaking. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so it's smaller than I initially said. I was just guessing at the number because it's been so long since I built this map. I couldn't remember. It's 20 by 20, and then 2 tall. Alright, the floor is lava. You're in a glass box. Fight for victory. You have limited ammo and can pick up more from the defeated. Careful what you break. Right there. Yep. Be careful what you break. Drop a message in text chat and keep it friendly. What? So there's a countdown at the beginning. Everybody gets their bearings situated. You can see on the map, we're right here in the middle of the volcano. If you use your pickaxe, you can break the glass. You can actually break multiple glass panels with a shotgun if you get it right. See, we got 2 of them on that one. You can see the suspension cables there holding this up. But the floor is lava, and you could, in theory, fall. Ah! Didn't stick the landing. Okay, so yeah, round 1 of 7 for the match. Next round starts momentarily. So the idea is that you get like a dozen people together, pop in here, play in this crazy map. Like, the game dynamic is completely different than what you'll find in regular Fortnite. So yeah, you can shoot all the glass out there. You should be able to, yeah, to slide, vault. Yeah, so if you want to move up, get up to the top of the glass, dominate from the top. Oh, this is curious. What is this? Oh, it's a creator profile for yours truly, Sci-Fi Bradley. One thing that I learned from marketing is that you should have the same name everywhere. Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Discord's the outlier there. So, and then you can see my website on Fortnite.com because I am a creator. There it is. Scan the code. Go play my games. Please. It makes money. Not as much as, you know, say, Pump.fun. Or you know, at the moment. The idea is that we get enough people playing these games all the time. Whoops. Oh. I didn't even hit the lava that time. I just fell down onto the scaffolding. Alright, resetting the round. So, just to give you a sense of what's going on there. So I have the cables blocked off. You cannot walk outside of the play area on those cables. So I have hidden... So I'll show you here. So to restrict you into this particular area, this game area, I've got invisible barriers set up here. So you can't, like, escape on the cables. You can't... And it's too tall, you can't vault, you can't do any hardcore parkour to get over them either. I made them large enough so that you can't do that. I also made it so that they're big enough you can't jump onto them from the side without falling to your demise. 3 of 7! Next round starts. So, you know, the really great thing about Unreal Engine, as far as getting your start in game development, is you don't need to learn to know how to code. Now, there's going to be people out there that are going to tell you, like, oh, you're not coding, you're not a real game developer. But, like I said, you're getting your start, right? There's a lot of elements that you can just drag and drop, you know, in terms of the level design, all this glass... Drag and drop. These cables, drag and drop. There was a little bit of some transformed type stuff that you have to do to make them, you know, longer and to stretch and add more cables in between, because these are all separate components. This scaffolding is a component, this ball joint is a component, this U-joint connecting onto the ball joint is a component, and then the cables are their own components. You can just stack them up all along a bunch of cables. Stretch them a little bit, but yeah, you just stack them all together, and there you go. We just leveled up because I've been playing in this map for a certain amount of time, and we get XP. So that's important because you can gain XP playing in creator maps like mine, and that applies to your battle pass on Fortnite. It's just good stuff, man. Like, come on. You get creator support. You support a creator, right? And you get bonus points, XP, which allows you, if you have the battle pass, or even if you don't, you know, you can be high level and not have the battle pass, but you get to unlock various things, whether it's skins, wallpapers, emotes, what have you. It's better if you have the battle pass, because then you're unlocking everything, right? But yeah, if you go out and play Creator Islands, like mine, like this, there's the code. Top center, right there. Or you can just search glass. You should be able to find it fairly easily. There's a lot more glass than when this map was first published, so it might be a little bit tricky. But yeah. So imagine playing this game, trying to go up against somebody that's in another cube over there. You could be shooting at somebody over here. And here's the thing. It takes one bullet to break a glass panel. One hammer strike, pickaxe, break a panel. But if you're fighting somebody, you can use that to your advantage. You could force them to use more than a couple of bullets to try and get to you. And again, you have limited ammo here. There's no way to replenish your ammo unless you get somebody. If you eliminate somebody on the glass and go pick up their ammo. If you eliminate them by dropping them into the lava, you don't get their ammo. So you have to be very strategic about that. And it's going to be something that, you know, people will have to figure out at some point. And it's fun. The gameplay is pretty wild. I have really enjoyed playing with some of the playtesters, getting this going. But I don't have enough players currently. Oh, we took damage on that fall, and now we're done. Four of 7. There you have it. So you see, I won the match. I'm actually going to return to the lobby. And by winning the most rounds in the match. So, that was glass. Let's go take a look at... There's a favorites somewhere. Where's my... Oh, here it is. This symbol here. The library. It's like books stacked up against each other. And kind of the ones leaning on it. So, recently played favorites. They must have changed their picture. Recently updated favorites. A bunch of creators that I follow. Both Fortnite creators and UEFN Fortnite Island creators that are like me. In fact, I would say... I mean, Squatty Dog was a streamer, but went into UEFN and has kind of pretty much created his whole studio around that. So at this point, probably Headshot Chick is the only streamer in my favorites right now. I need more people to follow, to be honest. Where's all my islands? I've only got 2 in my favorites here. Oh, I see. I have to go... Oh, yeah. Okay. Now it makes sense. So... Glass 2. Bulletproof. Let's select that one. Preparing to download. It's like in Spaceballs where you have to prepare to stop. Right? Preparing to stop. And then we find out why you don't just straight up stop. As Darth Helmet goes flying through the control room, the command deck, and hits the wall on the other side, right? Okie dokie. Still waiting for the download. Why does it take so long? Preparing to download. That's something I just don't understand. Also, what happened to my music? Ends November 1st. Tron Ares in the shop. 2,800 V-Bucks. 6,100. You can buy all this separately. What? Honestly, though, I expected a different glider for Tron Ares. Just saying. Music by 9 Inch Nails. I have DMCA music turned off, so you won't hear that on my streams, because I don't want to lose my channel because of music. Okay, this is pretty cool. I hope we can edit this, because I want the blue. It is a traversal. I want a blue light cycle. Just saying. Ooh. It's triangle shape. See the blue! The blue! What am I talking about? That's pretty cool. Dillinger disc. The Lego version. The Jared Leto version. This is just, honestly, I mean, it seems weird. He's got a beard, long hair. I just, doesn't look like Tron stuff, you know? Okay, so here we go. So this is glass 2 bulletproof. So you see how these panels, not breakable. But this one, here's the thing. You can shoot through the glass because of these cracks. Oh, that's why. Curious. So you could shoot through this one, but you could like duck and hide and do some things. Oops. So the top glass, they don't have a model that is cracked. So as far as the top and bottom glass, the ceiling and the floor glass, I had to use a regular glass. I couldn't make it bulletproof, impenetrable, like the walls. So, you know, there's that. And then again, attached with cables, hidden invisible barriers so that you can't escape off of these. Same volcano. This is like this one of the standard issue like starter islands. So when I was first starting out with Unreal Editor for Fortnite, this was how you did it. You just kind of chose one of the standard issue islands and then you just modified it. In this case, you know, I added the cables and the, you know, the tie downs and the glass and everything, scaffolding and stuff. Which, by the way, you can stand on the scaffolding. This is on all of the glass maps. So glass or glass 2 or glass in space, like, you can stand on the scaffolding. It's just this narrow, you know, accessible. Oh, that's bulletproof. Wasted some ammo on that. So, yeah. That's kind of how that works. Let's recommend it. Thank you. Okay, return to lobby. Yes. Let's drop in. Let's see about these other maps that I've got. There's one that I know is going to take a long time to load, just because it's a pain in the neck. But we will try it at some point. So Yacht Wars, red versus blue. This for me was one of my learning maps as well. Learning how to get the textures. So you see how this yacht is all red and this yacht is all blue? That's not their natural colors. That's not how they are in Fortnite nature. I had to learn to go into the materials and textures and change it all. So that way you could have the theme of red versus blue with Yacht Wars. And yeah. And it's basically just you start out on a yacht, whichever side you're on, take out the other players. It's first to 30 eliminations wins. So, you know, hopefully you have a good team who works together. But yeah, learning how to manipulate textures for assets that are already in Fortnite was kind of a big deal because it helps you do stuff like this. You can change it and customize it, kind of get it to your own feel for, you know, whatever it is that you're going after in terms of, you know, your game development and setting up sides. So the defaults typically, if you are using assets in Fortnite that are already set up this way, there's red, blue, green, and yellow. So those four colors are the typical way that you would set up. So you could have up to 4 teams, so to speak, by using those different colors. But if you want to use assets that are not included in those colors, you got to learn how to manipulate those materials. And, you know, where that lies in Unreal Editor for Fortnite is, you know, it's on the side menu when you select an object and you look at the materials and you see the different layers of things that are in there, and you can then go in and adjust and manipulate them. And that's what I learned how to do with this map, was learning how to change colors and set it up so that you have, in this case, red versus blue. And I did it with existing Fortnite assets, so I didn't have to make anything new myself. I didn't have to create new blueprints. I didn't have to create new assets. I just used the existing Fortnite assets and altered them slightly by their color to fit the needs, the narrative of what I was creating in terms of the gameplay. So, and then also to learning how to use the objectives, the what do you call it? When you finish the game, the completion, right? How do you win this map? And that was also, you know, a bit of an experiment, just learning and figuring things out. And yeah, it looks like our island has been found. We're loading in. 2 teams on their own yacht. Battle for victory. Upgrade weapons before you leave your yacht. First team to reach the max score wins, which is that 30 count that I mentioned before. So at the moment, it randomly picks which team you're going to be on. I would like to upgrade this at some point and allow you to choose. So yeah, see, right now we're in blue. You can vault and do all these things and parkour, hardcore, parkour. You can use these guns, turrets. I mean, you're a billionaire. You have this massive yacht. Why not put some guns on it, right? You may notice there's a little boat out there, so you can certainly do that. I need to find upgrades for weapons and whatnot. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of changing materials, this character, you're able to change him completely. In the original Fortnite, this dude is completely gold. Yeah. golden statue. So, boom. Oh, here we go. We got something over here. Shotgun! What did the farmer say when he couldn't find his tractor? Where's my shotgun? You can get some ammo for it. It just kind of cycles through every, like, 10 seconds or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. But, yeah, so you've got the boats here. If you want to use one, just hop in. Everybody's familiar with how the boats work in Fortnite. Look, red statue. Oh, under the ship. Look, it's all red. Also, you can change the size of the statues. What do you know? Some gold. Everybody loves gold. Oh, no pickaxe. What? How did that happen? Balls of yarn. This was a weird thing. So I somehow managed to miss some of this narrative when it came out. So I didn't know about this yacht until I was looking through the assets in Fortnite in UEFN. I didn't even know this existed. I was like, what? Is this a new asset? Some class of, like, usable, whatchamacallit, items and stuff? And, yeah, no, turns out it was part of a season that I didn't really participate in and was kind of bored with, so I had no idea this existed. Until I was building with UEFN. And I was like, there's a whole yacht in this game that I did not know about. And as a result, created Yacht Wars. So I was like, I gotta use this. I gotta make this into something. Oh yes, also, helicopter. Boom! Wow, the whole thing went down. Good grief. Oh! Party foul. Destroyed the bar. So yeah, you can literally play this game and... Oh, my. Pretty much destroy the whole ship. The whole yacht. If you wanted to. Kind of bananas. If you need health, one of these sides, yeah, here we go. Shields. I imagine if you had the right group of people, a whole bunch of people, because teams are supposed to be, I don't know, like a dozen each. I don't remember what I set this on. And then you got to have protection for, you know, your backside, because if one of those boats comes around behind you and starts destroying your ship, your yacht, you need to be able to defend against it. The bridge also has heals, so health spray and shield kegs. I don't know, it was just a different concept in terms of like how to play the game and, you know, teams competing against each other. It's all about the experimentation process, because you don't know what you're going to be able to do and how you want to make it until you actually do it, until you actually implement it, right? So, wow. I wonder if I should move these yachts closer. What do you think? Yeah. I don't know. Look how long it takes for those rockets to get over there. They do some pretty good damage, though. So, you know, there's that. I don't have a pickaxe in this. This is a very strange ship. So this door is very awkward because it only opens this way. It's like, and then there's this giant litter box and these giant balls of yarn and like, you know, a dartboard with some pug dude on it. And this fish rug. It's like goldfish, but it's purple and it's a rug. Dude, this pistol does damage. Holy smokes. Ooh, you can destroy the statue on the other yacht. Llama! Okay, so recommend it. Return to lobby. Looks good to me. I like it. Yes, leave. I guess I forgot to click that before I went over there and got distracted by other things. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's show you the solar system. Now this one has evolved over the years at this point. I actually took a break from building Sapphire City Luna to build this map. Now, I had to go and find the textures, which coincidentally, NASA has them available. Explore all the planets in the lobby. Keep an eye out for clues. Use the rifts to head to exploration maps. Try hard mode or just chill in easy mode. The exploration maps are scaled to 18 kilometers, which means the planets are smaller and harder to find. Don't worry, put them in a straight line. Easy mode is the same distance, but planet sizes are the same as the lobby. Go solo or work together. So, this is what it's like. You drop in here and wow, that is a bright sun. That sunshine is wild. I think it has gotten more so than when I made the map. Like, it's absolutely bananas how bright that is. Like, I might need to have to go in and tone that down or something because it's crazy. Yeah, so, you know, the materials and creating all of this, figuring out the sun, and you'll see when I go to easy mode, there's a different sun. And it's because of the materials. Learning, again, kind of like what I mentioned on Yacht Wars, learning how to create materials and manipulate noise on materials, and that's what creates this effect here with the sun, giving you the little swirls and eddies and whatnot that look kind of, but not really, like the actual sun in our solar system. I wanted some sort of effect that would recreate some of the little cells that you see. And yeah, this is as close as I could get. There's another effect that I was trying out, and I'll show you on the easy map what that looks like. It's similar, but different. So yeah, the sun is exceptionally bright. Oh my goodness. And these CMEs, coronal mass ejections, it's kind of hard to tell, but they are, yeah. Okay, anyhow, let's go back to the beginning. Nigo.
Welcome to the Solar System main lobby. Earth is scaled to the size of your player character. Other planets are scaled accordingly. You can fly. Double tap jump to enable or disable flight. You have unlimited stamina to run forever. I recommend you do the math. Check back for regular updates.
I recommend you do the math. Check back for regular updates. Okay, so we can fly. And when you see this, when you go and take a look at the CMEs, they are moving. These are textures that are alive and vibrant and dynamic, just like the surface of the sun here. Yeah. And they're all a little bit different, just like they are in reality. So I dropped in some tidbits here, some information about solar eclipses. Dropped in some maps, again, courtesy of NASA. Also, if you don't like reading things, you'd rather just listen.
The morning of October 14th, 2023, we saw an annular solar eclipse across North and South America. The difference between an annular eclipse and a total eclipse of the sun is that an annular eclipse does not entirely cover the sun. And as a result, we can see what is called a ring of fire. A total solar eclipse blocks the sun completely. Be sure to wear proper eye protection when observing any solar eclipse, never look directly at the sun, and check the NASA website or social media for more tips and information.
Whose voice is that? My voice is in Fortnite.
The sun is the star at the center of our solar system, primarily composed of hot, glowing plasma, and it provides the energy that sustains life on Earth through the process of nuclear fusion in its core.
Huh.
The sun, the radiant heart of
And then
the
you can
solar
get
system,
extended
is a giant ball
descriptions
hot,
of
glowing
everything.
plasma. It is a colossal celestial body, primarily composed of hydrogen and helium, and its immense gravity holds our entire solar system in its embrace. The sun's energy is generated through a process of nuclear fusion in its core, where hydrogen atoms merge to form helium, releasing an extraordinary amount of heat and light. This process, known as thermonuclear fusion, powers the sun and provides the energy that sustains life on Earth. Solar phenomena like sunspots, solar flares, and coronal mass ejections have been the subject of intense study, as they can impact our planet's magnetosphere and technology. Our understanding of the sun continues to grow thanks to dedicated solar observatories and space missions, shedding light on its complex behavior and the pivotal role it plays in shaping the dynamics of our solar system.
So yeah, and as you can see, with these goals up here, you want to play all the short planet descriptions and all the long ones as well.
Mercury is the closest planet to the sun, located at an average distance of about 58 million kilometers, and it has a rocky, cratered surface. Venus, the second planet from the sun, at around 108 million kilometers away, is a scorching, rocky world with a thick, toxic atmosphere.
So these are the hints and clues you're going to need
Earth,
in order to
at an average
find
distance of about 150 million
the
kilometers from
planets
sun,
on this
is
scale
our
model.
home planet, featuring diverse ecosystems, liquid water, and a breathable atmosphere.
So one of the things that I had to do was I had to modify this globe in order to get the high resolution that you see here. With Unreal Editor for Fortnite and the way that the game renders textures and everything, there's a limit. 2K on the textures. However, I was able to exceed that. Because you would think, okay, you've got a 2K texture on this globe of the Earth. It's pretty low resolution. You don't get this kind of fine detail that you normally would. You wouldn't get the shadows on the mountains and everything like that. And that's also why you can see this line right here, because that's where the different quadrants of the Earth. So this particular model of Earth is actually 8 pieces. 4 on top, 4 on bottom, and I put them together. And I have yet to be able to actually get them to merge perfectly, which is why we still see this line right here. Other places, it actually does merge properly. Like you can see, like between the clouds and the surface of the planet and everything. And yes, the clouds are moving. You can see the clouds are moving. You might have to wait a few seconds to see it, but they are moving across the surface of the Earth. So setting up all of this to get this level of detail required me to break the Earth into 8 pieces and create the various different, so that the northern hemisphere is 4 quadrants, the southern hemisphere is another 4 quadrants. You might be able to see the line right there on Africa where that split is going on again. It's more difficult to see than it is over here in the ocean where there's clearly this line here. Whether I'm ADSing or not, aiming down sights, ADS. And across Brazil, a little bit harder to see over here. So OBS is disconnected and reconnecting.
Atmosphere.
It's trying. Okay, now we're back.
The Moon is Earth's natural satellite, orbiting our planet at an average distance of about 384,400 kilometers. It is a barren, cratered world without an atmosphere, and its gravitational pull influences Earth's tides.
So you can see the quality of what I have on the Moon. A smaller object versus the Earth, and the Earth has higher quality. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to textures. Same thing here with Mars.
Is the fourth planet from the Sun, situated
I
at
could
an
do the
average
same
distance of
thing
about
as I did with
288
Earth.
kilometers, and
It's
it is
just a lot
known
of
for its
work,
reddish
though.
appearance, dusty surface,
But maybe at some point I will. If you're not ADSing, if you're just out here like normal view, it actually does look pretty good, you know? But I wanted Earth because it's where we live. I wanted this to really stand out and just be, as beautiful as possible because it's Earth. Then we got Jupiter.
Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, is about 778 million kilometers away from the Sun, characterized by its massive size.
Also, if you leave the specified zone, it stops talking. So, and then same thing. I could probably do the same thing here with Jupiter as I did with Earth, because it is so large. I probably ought to, just to clean it up, make it look better. And probably Saturn is a little bit difficult to notice because it doesn't have the detail that the Jovian storms have.
Saturn, known for its stunning ring system and the hexagonal polar vortex at its north pole, orbits the Sun at an average distance of approximately 1.4 billion kilometers and is a gas giant with a unique beauty.
So yeah, you got the rings of Saturn. Saturn is pretty uniform in terms of what it looks like, the exception being that northern hexagonal storm. So here's what's really interesting. So we didn't know this for the longest time. Scientists were perplexed. How do you have a hexagonal storm, a hexagon-shaped storm on a north pole of Saturn? Well, here's the thing. As it turns out, so you know how they take the Earth and they stretch it out and you have the map. It's flat. If you do the same thing here with Saturn, you know what the hexagon on the top of Saturn turns into? It's a naturally occurring shape. It's a sine wave. Goes up and down. peaks and troughs. This hexagon, when you unwrap Saturn and lay it flat, is an actual sine wave, just like sound or light uses. This is a natural phenomenon, fully, completely, 100%. It's just because it's on the top of the sphere that it looks like a hexagon. If you were to unwrap it and stretch it, lay it down flat on a surface, it's actually a sine wave. It's a completely natural, normal thing. It just happens to be where it's placed on the planet that it ends up looking like a hexagon. What? Absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It's wild. Alright, here's a planet that everybody likes to talk about.
Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun, located about 2.9 billion kilometers away, and it is an ice giant with a tilted sideways rotation.
Yes, you could say Uranus, you could say Uranus. Both are correct. And this planet is sideways. So instead of like being a planet that, rotates around, it's actually a planet that rotates this way. This is my coffee mug coaster. So yeah, that's the example I've got. Yeah, it's pretty wild to think that this planet is tilted and it rolls around the solar system, essentially, because it's sideways. And then, of course, we have the wonderful Neptune.
Neptune, the eighth and farthest known planet from the Sun, is situated at a distance of roughly 4.5 billion kilometers with a turbulent atmosphere and is a deep blue jewel in our solar system.
So it turns out that may not be true anymore. It may look like that. It's just the way that the satellite imagery was processed at the time. But we're not sure.
Pluto was once considered the ninth planet in our solar system before being reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. It is located at an average distance of about 5.9 billion kilometers from the Sun and is known for its small size and remote location.
There's a little heart right there on the planet of Pluto.
Pluto, once considered the ninth planet in our solar system before being reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006 at an orbit of about 5,906,400,000 kilometers, remains a mysterious and distant world. Situated in the Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy objects beyond Neptune, Pluto is smaller than Earth's moon and possesses a frigid, tenuous atmosphere primarily composed of nitrogen.
Nitrogen?
Its surface is marked by a variety of features, including vast plains, mountain ranges, and a heart-shaped region known as Tombaugh Regio. Pluto has 5 known moons, the largest of which is Charon, a moon so massive that it shares a unique gravitational dance with Pluto, causing both to orbit a common center of mass. NASA's New Horizons mission, which conducted a historic flyby in 2015,
10 years ago,
greatly expanded our knowledge of Pluto, revealing its diverse landscapes and geological activity. Pluto's allure continues to captivate scientists and stargazers alike, reminding us of the enduring mysteries that persist beyond the edges of our solar system. And yes, I personally still consider Pluto a planet.
Yes, I personally still consider Pluto a planet. So yeah, the Tombaugh Regio, that's the heart-shaped, that's what you see right there. We didn't know about this until just 10 years ago. But also, that was a decade ago. What? How? That's wild.
Pluto was once considered the ninth planet in our solar system before.
So, yeah. All right. Let's go show you the sun in easy mode because it's a different sun.
Welcome to easy mode. The planet distances are set to the same scale as the challenge map, and the planet sizes are the same as the lobby. Have fun.
So I increase the size of the planets. But this is what I'm talking about. Learning how to create the dynamic textures, the materials that will go on to, in this case, the surface of the sun. And then also creating the various CMEs, coronal mass ejections, such that we could get the various different effects. And so this has similarities to what you see in photos and videos of the sun that NASA captures, but so does the other one. And I haven't quite figured out a way to combine the two to give us those various little cells in order to recreate a more accurate representation of the sun. So that's why I left them both in here. Originally, both suns in easy mode and hard mode looked like this. But when I figured out the other method for using the Voronoi noise for creating these patterns, I decided to put that on the other sun. So that way, when you're looking at it, it kind of gives you, I don't know, I feel like that one's closer, but this one has aspects of what we do see in terms of video and pictures of the sun. So also, it's not as bright. I hadn't amplified the brightness yet on this texture. Like, there's some of it, you can see some of the brightness around the edges, but it's not nearly as bright as the other ones. So I think I'm gonna have to go tone down the other sun because it's just absurd. But you can see the difference in the CMEs right here. And these are fairly representative. Again, I'm still trying to dial in and figure out how to make the materials and textures to be, realistic. But you do see, you can observe CMEs on the sun that look kind of like this. And you can observe CMEs on the sun that look like this, where there's just, the magnetic fields, and then the plasma mass that's coming out of the surface of the sun is just pulled out and follows along the magnetic fields. So, and then setting them up at all the various angles and sizes and thicknesses that we see in NASA photos and so on. That's what I've been trying to recreate here and duplicate from what we would see in those photos and in those videos. Because we have, some satellites looking at the sun, and it kind of looks like this sometimes. So yeah, when you start here, this is what it's like on both maps, easy and hard. This is the distance to scale. I did all the math. I have spreadsheets showing all this data. I pulled out the math also on the NASA website. That's how far Mercury is from the sun. Like, what? Although it's higher up. It's down here so that you can run to it and find it. So imagine Mercury orbiting around the belt, like the midpoint of the sun here. That's how close it is. That's Mercury. And then Venus, not much further. That's how close Venus is. Wild, right? Now, you gotta remember, this is easy mode. So I made everything the size, that they are in the lobby, which means Venus and Earth are about the size of this player character, this astronaut. So let me go show you what it's like on hard mode. We got a ways to run. The map is 18 kilometers long. You can find Pluto at about 17.7 kilometers. It's out there. It's a long run, which is why we can fly too. Huh. Okay. Let's go to hard mode. Okay, so this is the one where I show you, okay. The solar system is built at a 1 to 333 millionth scale. I rounded it a bit. At this scale, the sun is a tad over 4 meters tall. And I hope you paid attention to the hints in the lobby. So all of those distances I was talking about the planets. That's what I'm talking about. So, again, the Voronoi noise that I did on the materials here. So this sun, for a map that is 18 kilometers long, this sun is to scale. Do all the math, it's about 4 meters in diameter. So, oh, you can see the object out there, the detection. So if we go, so all you got to do is go straight north. However, Mercury's really small. I saw it. There's the switch. That's not the switch for Mercury. This might be Venus right here. Here's the thing. They're so small. No, it is Mercury. So Mercury at this scale, this is true scale now. Distance and size of planets. Easy mode is distance, but not the planets. So this is accurate here for what Mercury looks like. Like, it is pea-sized. It is a tiny little, yeah. And then the sun there, again, that's to scale. So you can see Mercury from the sun. Makes a difference when you actually put it to scale, right, in terms of size. So now, let's head north again. Now we're going to try and find Venus. Yeah, Venus is a little bit bigger. Here it is. It's about the size of, like, I don't know, grape, golf ball. I don't know how to tell right now, but that's Venus from the sun on an 18-kilometer map. It's 324 meters away. Do the math. It works. So, and then when I was building this, you know, I was like looking at how do I make sure that people know that they found the planets, and that's why I added in these triggers. There's Earth. Look at that. And yeah, this is my map. So now you can see Earth. Again, it's about, I don't know, like golf ball size maybe? Grape size? It's kind of hard to tell. I did put the moon in here too, just for reference. And that is the actual distance to scale, if you were to look at the moon from Earth. So as it turns out, an easy way to like figure this out is that the moon, in terms of distance from the Earth, you can stack 30 Earths. And this is an average distance. It's not apogee, perigee kind of thing, which is maximum and minimum orbit. But the average orbit of the moon, you can stack 30 Earths in between to get the distance between the Earth and the moon. That's how far it is. Then again, here's the sun as it would look. It's kind of hard to see at this point because, you know, like real life. No, so here's the thing. Fly mode, it's going to help when you get further out. So let's go, and this is, so if you can see that little thing on the ground? There's triggers for when you approach the planet, and it's a 1 meter diameter, but there's a physical, I'm not going to say physical, there's a switch on the ground. For whatever reason, when you're this far away, Fortnite renders it in the game. But you can see I'm standing on it right now. You can't see it. It is hidden, as it's supposed to be. But from this distance, for some reason, it renders the switch. Right? So, we're just going to head over here. We're going to hit Mars. You can still see this. Now it's disappeared. Now you can see it's hidden, right? 617 meters. I need to go. Here's the thing. Mars is small. Mars is not as big as Earth or Venus. There it is. I can see the dot on the ground. There. Look how tiny Mars is at this scale. On an 18-kilometer map. Mars is tiny. This is a little bitty planet. Oh, I crawled past it. Mars is tiny. Again, it's like pea-sized. It's a third the size of Earth, right? Yeah, the viewing distance. Yep. And so it's super tiny. So, okay, so here's the thing. Now that we're here, I need to point north. So the next planet after Mars. You know what comes after Mars, right? Big planet. King of the planets, so to speak. Wow, I'm really racking up the XP points on my own map. I love it. Now we can fly. Right, so double jump. Yeah. Now we can fly because it's a long trip to get to Jupiter. Like, not gonna lie. It is a long flipping trip to get to Jupiter. So now we're going to try and find the gas and ice giants, which starts with Jupiter. Saturn thereafter, and then of course Uranus, or if you want to say it, oh, so here's the thing. Did you see it over there? I saw the device. I was not flying straight. Here's Jupiter. I'm going to stop flying. Jupiter's like the size of a beach ball. 18-kilometer scale. You do all the math. Jupiter is the most massive planet in our solar system. And at this scale, it's only about the size of a beach ball. It's bananas, right? How far are we? We're 2.3 clicks out. 2.3 kilometers. Okay, so let's see. Where's north-ish again? Okay, so what do you think? Can we find Saturn? Let's give it a shot. We'll fly again. Saturn is also pretty far. So you can kind of see the pattern on the ground. You can see, I think I've got it lined up pretty good. I'm not moving. But if you see the pattern as it flies by on the ground, I think I'm going straight. I should be able to find Saturn. There it is. Look at that. We found Saturn. Boom. Right there. That's how big Saturn is. And we are 4.295 kilometers away from the sun. Okay, so now, here's what's going to blow your mind when you do the math about the solar system. So I'm going to reset this tag, this marker. Right? I'm going to reset it here to Saturn. 4.295 kilometers. It is just as far for us to get to Uranus as it is the sun and all the planets up to Saturn. You can fit the entire 6 planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Earth, Venus, Mercury, in the same space that it takes to get from Saturn to Uranus. So this is going to take a hot minute, but let's see if we can in fact do it. I'm trying to find the pattern so that it stays straight. I'm a little bit off. Yeah, and that's the thing, like creating original maps that nobody else has ever done or even thought of, like that's part of what, you know, got me started with all of this. And so, you know, and I guess that's why this is my most popular map. I don't even understand it. Like, for some reason, the solar system, like, I have all of my other maps are like normal, like mini royale, like combat, like shoot 'em up. This one, there's no shooting. All you have to do is find the planets. All you have to do is find Pluto, right? This is my most popular map. Like, it's wild, you know? And people go for that. They, like, if you want to play the shoot 'em up Fortnite, like, you go play that. But if you want something that's in the Fortnite universe but a little bit different, that's where this falls. Okay, so I saw the switch. I saw the device. Did you see it? Red versus blue planet? Yeah. Maybe. I have a red versus blue, like, yacht wars. I think you got in a little bit later. But earlier in the stream, I was showing off my yacht wars. So there's a blue yacht and a red yacht where I did all of that. And that was when I was first learning about materials and editing materials inside of, Unreal Editor for Fortnite. But, oh, there it is. I can see it. It looks like a star, but now we're getting to it. But look at that. You found Uranus. And look at the distance. 4.305. It's like 10 meters difference. So remember what I said. From the Sun to Saturn was 4.295. From Saturn to Uranus is 4.305. Like, what's the name? It's the solar system. Sci-Fi Bradley, just like you see on my Twitch. And then also there's the code up there. Punch that in too. But if you just type in the solar system in Fortnite, or if you type in Sci-Fi Bradley, you can find all of my stuff. So that's my creator code. That's my island maps, like all 6 of them. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, I love it. And then you can see on my custom user interface down here, like I found Uranus. Like I found all the planets. Like you can still see Neptune and Pluto are kind of grayed out because we haven't found them yet. You're not going to believe this, but I got to reset my marker. Because guess how far Neptune is from here? Yeah, drop the favorite. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, we're going to measure from Uranus to Neptune. And hopefully we can go on a straight line. So yeah, with the solar system, I also added unlimited stamina. So if you're running this instead of flying, like I'm doing now, I'm trying to stay on those little dots. I don't know if you can see them on the stream. Trying to keep those little dots straight. But yeah, this is my most popular map. People, and that's why I also made the easy mode, because this mode is pretty tough. As a developer, it took me like 3 tries to finish this map the first time I was playing it. Like the first 3 times I played this map. I'm the developer. I know the math. I know all the numbers. It took me like 3 tries to finish this, to complete all of the goals, because it's that hard. So that's why I made easy mode, because I don't want people to get frustrated. Maybe they don't want something that hard. Maybe they do want to play this, but they want it a little bit easier so that they can actually enjoy their time playing it and having fun with it. And so that's why I added that later on. But, initially, it literally only took me like a week to make this map. It's wild. Okay, so we are now actually more than I was expecting. I wonder if I missed it. Double-digit subs. Yeah, thanks. We might have missed Neptune. Or it's further than I remember. I have a spreadsheet. I could look. Oh, there it is. I could look it up. Okay, so we are at 4.945 kilometers. So it's an additional 900 meters, almost another kilometer beyond. So when you think about it, between Neptune and Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to say it, you could fit the first 6 planets in the solar system. And you can do that from Uranus to Saturn, right? So you can fit Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn in the gap that is between Saturn and Uranus, Uranus and Neptune. And now we got to figure out Pluto. Pluto's even smaller at this scale. So we have gone 5, 5, 5. Okay, so we got to figure out. I'm trying to remember the math. So probably 2 point. It's not as far from Neptune to Pluto as the rest of all this was, because we're almost at the end of the map. So maybe I will see the device on the horizon again, like I've seen the other ones previously. But it's far and it's tiny. That's the problem with Pluto. It's literally like the size of my pinky fingernail on this scale when you do all the math. It's super tiny. It's the size of a pea, maybe smaller. Just a bean-sized planet at this point. So that's 1.8, 1.9, 2 kilometers. Like, I see specks, like, flecks on the ground there, and I'm like, oh, is that Pluto? Okay, so I am not familiar with Verse, unfortunately. I have built 6 islands, 6 maps in Fortnite, and I have not learned Verse. I need to. I know I do. I really should. Oh, was that? I thought I saw it for a second on the ground. Maybe not. See, I haven't played this map in a while, so but here's the thing. So the device that you saw earlier that's on the ground that's normally hidden, but if it's far enough away, it reveals itself. It's set up for a 1 by 1 meter. Yeah, that's true. It is hard, but it can totally bring a whole nother level to the maps. And at some point, I know I need to do it. I know I do. Yeah. It's a matter of time and work and trying to deal with stuff. But yeah, at this point, like trying to find Pluto, it's my last goal up here. Hard mode. Find Pluto at the edge of the solar system. But I don't know if you can see it above my character over there in the middle of the screen. There is an Easter egg for people to find. And we might actually get there, but I thought I saw... See, and here's the thing with the rendering. There's those little dots and specks that sometimes show up on the ground here. And it's because the ground is made up of panels as well. Like, I could have made this where you were just flying through open empty space, but when I did that, it was really, really hard. There's no reference. You can't tell, because these stars have no pattern. It's all kind of random and generated. So if I had set everything to look like this, like no floor, no ground, I don't think this map would have been playable. It would have been like impossible. You're on mobile, so okay, yeah. As we get closer, you might be able to see the Easter egg there, but it's dead center of the screen right now. I can see it. But it kind of looks like one of the stars, like dead center of the screen. But there's an Easter egg for science fiction fans. I'm thinking we passed Pluto. I missed it somehow. Yeah, I think we missed Pluto. And the thing is, I guess if I go to the end, I'd have to pull up the spreadsheet and look at the numbers to figure it out, to come back. Because at this point, trying to figure it out from where Neptune is to Pluto, yeah, I don't know anymore. Like it's been a while since I played my own map, this map. But that's how difficult it is. So if you can actually find Pluto, like the XP that you get is big. This map gets recalibrated every few months because of the difficulty levels. So for the XP, yeah. The spaceship as a spawn point, yeah. Yeah, we definitely, I mean, at this point, we're 3.5 clicks out. We missed Pluto. It was off to the side somewhere, and I just did not see it. I didn't find it. That's how hard it is. Pluto is the hardest, on hard mode, Pluto is the hardest to find. Oh, what? Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've got Discord. Just type in !Discord in the chat. In Twitch there, you should be able to find it. We actually just found Pluto. There it is. I see it. Oh, it's not rendering. Now it is. It's kind of, there it is. You see it? The little dot, the little pea-sized dot. It is so tiny. Pluto is so tiny. I can't believe we actually did find it. I didn't think we were going to find it. Look. There it is, the little heart. It is that small. At this scale, if you do the math, that's how big Pluto is. And it is 4.174 kilometers from Neptune. So again, the space of like the first 6 planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Earth, Venus, Mercury. You could fit all of that between Pluto and Neptune, Neptune and Uranus, Uranus and Saturn. That's how much space is between the planets. It's absolutely mind-boggling how vast the difference is there. So I need to moderate this. How did that? It didn't show up on OBS. Curious. Discord. There's the Discord channel. There you go. How do I? Oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. Delete message. Ban. You're gone, buddy. Don't be spamming my Twitch channels, y'all. Okay, and then back to Discord. Oh, I gotta pull up the other browser too so I can still see that chat. Oh, you are on YouTube. Oh, sorry. I have multi-chat, so I see both the YouTube comments and the Twitch comments on the same thing. So, yeah. Hopefully, they'll get YouTube figured out so that, Nightbot will work over there as well. But yeah, thanks for joining. And I don't really do a whole lot with Discord. Like, it's just kind of there. There's so many socials to have to manage, and it's like there's the Instagram, there's the TikTok, there's the Twitter, there's the this, there's the that. So between Discord and everything else, it's like so much. And I have a full-time regular job, so I'm not on there enough. But yeah, I hope that you find some value there, and we can connect there and see stuff like this. Thanks for joining the Discord. But yeah, there's Pluto. We found it. That is essentially the goal on this map, is to complete all those things. And then if you want to, you can go to the restaurant at the end of the universe. Helps you out sometimes? That's good to know. So if you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that's why this is an Easter egg. In this case, it's the restaurant at the end of the solar system, but, close enough, I figure. Anybody who's a Douglas Adams fan, they can appreciate it, I'm sure. It's also a shortcut to get you back to the lobby if you want. If you manage to miss Pluto and decide to go play easy mode instead. Dumpling! And for some reason, not all of the lights work properly in here. I gotta figure this out. And then it brings you back to the lobby, where you started. And yeah, this material, I'm going to have to work on this because it is super bright now. Like, it seems like every time I play this map in Fortnite, it somehow gets brighter than it was before. So, versus like easy mode. Easy mode is not nearly as bright with this different texture, right? So you still get some of the dynamic stuff going on, but it's just not nearly as bright as that other sun. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the Twitch ads definitely take ages, that's for sure. But there it is. And at some point, I'm hoping there's a way I can figure out these textures for this high-resolution Earth. Because you can see the lines, like there. Maybe not on mobile, but... yeah, getting up close and being able to see detail of the Earth. That's the whole point of why I made this, Seeing the atmosphere, the clouds moving overhead, just seeing the mountainous detail, the regions there. And at some point there will be some space stations around these planets. I'm going to set up specific high resolution planets that you can teleport to, or maybe you'll fly there on a ship, right? And just chill, vibe. I'll have some music playing, that sort of thing.
Earth, at an average distance of about 150 million kilometers from the Sun, is our home planet, featuring diverse ecosystems, liquid water, and a breathable atmosphere.
That's one of the biggest flexes that I feel that I have in life. My voice is in Fortnite.
Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, is about 778 million kilometers away from the Sun, characterized by its massive size, turbulent atmosphere, and intricate system of 92 moons.
Also, we have to update that, because it's like 112 or 116 moons now. Yeah, drop the link in the Discord, and I'll check it out. Twitch, I've got Nightbot set up. You can't do links in Twitch, or I don't know. You're on YouTube again. Maybe it'll work on YouTube, because I don't have Nightbot set up there. But yeah. All right, I recommend the map. Return to lobby. Yeah, there's the creators Discord, the Fortnite creators Discord that I'm in, and there's so much stuff. You know, you're trying to learn it all. You're trying to figure it all out. And oh, hey, special Remy on. Claim it. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Discord works. So here's the thing, like, when I first built the solar system, they just added the background wallpaper that you see here. Like, I literally cried tears. Like, literally, like, I was so emotional when I first saw this screen, because my map, my island in Fortnite with this wallpaper right here that you're looking at, like, I was emotional, you know? Like, it was about this time 2 years ago that they added this into our creator profiles for UEFN. And it just, like, yeah, like, it blew my mind. I got emotional about it. And it was so wild. And so now being able to go in and look at all of my maps and to see the backgrounds, to see, like, what's actually there. Like, I made this. I put this in Fortnite, you know? And it's just so wild thinking about all of that. And yeah, like, what the heck even? So we did glass earlier. Here's the one that's going to take a minute. And this, it's probably some optimization type stuff, something that's going on that I just don't have enough knowledge yet on how to fix it or how to, like, make it better. But Sapphire City Luna, it's going to take a minute to load, unfortunately. But it is the most complex map that I've made. And unfortunately, as you can see from the video right now, Fortnite degrades this replay stuff quite a bit. So I got started about 6 weeks after they announced the Creative 2.0 initiative. So I submitted my credentials. Look at this background. Look at this wallpaper. This is Sapphire City. So I submitted all of my paperwork, my credentials and all that to Fortnite, and it took, I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah, about a month and a half after they announced it in March of 2023. So probably the end of April, beginning of May is when I started doing all of this, you know? I actually took a break from this map here to make the solar system, which I did in a week. And then I went back and I spent more time building this map that we're going to play now. So Sapphire City took me about 3 months. But part of that, not going to lie, I took a week or so to build the solar system. And then also while I was doing that, I did a couple of updates to the solar system before I even finished this. So, you know, there's probably 2 weeks total that I stopped making this map in order to build the solar system and then, like, modify the solar system and make it better and all that stuff. And yeah, I appreciate it. My goal with creating these islands, with these maps, is to come up with gameplay that's different from normal Fortnite. Like, we've seen you know, the whole battle royale stuff. Yeah, I'm North America. I'm actually, are we on Central or Western? Let's check settings. It's on auto, but I'm in Denver. I'm in Colorado. So where's this? I'm currently on NA Central. Yeah. Which I could put it on automatic. But yeah, North America Central is basically where I am. Sometimes it'll go west if I put this on auto. But yeah, that's the server that I'm currently on. So Sapphire City Luna. So this dome that you see over the city on the moon, I had to make that with Blender. And like, just I wanted it for the idea that like it's Fortnite, but also I wanted a little bit of realism. I wanted to make it plausible and believable, right? So that's why I made the dome. And then I just had this kind of wild idea. I'm like, wait, what if I change the color of some of the glass? Oh, wow, 1.0. Hey, Netherlands, sweet. So yeah, and that's how I came up. So like I was just playing with the glass, different textures, and I was like, oh, I could make this Sapphire City. So when you see this dome, it's gem. So you see the blue that's on there. It's kind of like a gem shape. It's kind of like a diamond shape, but it's a gem really, in terms of like having the pointy and then the taper, and then it comes off kind of flat on top. I might be able to show it a little bit from inside the dome when I show you, when I actually get into it here. But yeah, so like the dome and some of the platforms in here, I had to. The dome I actually made in Blender, but like if you can kind of see on this edge over here, you see how it's kind of rounded, but you know, it's not really round. It's like industrial round. Like we made the platform. Those I made in Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine supports the full stack. You can make assets. You can make the ground. I could have made this dome in Unreal if I knew how to do it. I didn't. I know how to make it in Blender. But as far as the floor goes, it was really easy. It was just like make a giant circle that's like 32 segments. That was pretty easy to figure out with Unreal's 3D modeling. But for the dome, I had to go to Blender because that's what I'm most familiar with when it comes to 3D modeling. Because I also do 3D printing, you know, on the side just for fun. And I had started with Blender in order to do all of that. Actually, I started years ago, many years ago, with a piece of software called Milkshape. Milk, like from a cow. It's called Milkshape, and that's when I first started learning 3D modeling. And then eventually I found my way to Blender because it's free, it's powerful, it's very useful. And yeah. But you'll see the platforms in here, the rounded platforms, like the levels. There's 3 levels. There's ground level, level 2, and then level 3, which is what you can see in this wallpaper right here. But those, the second and third like floor, I made those in Unreal Engine. But the dome I made in Blender because it was more complex and I needed something that I was familiar with, which is Blender. But there's an extraordinary amount that you can actually hand build in UEFN if you want to. If I had more familiarity with how the 3D tools work in Unreal, I could have done the dome inside of Unreal. But yeah, now you can see the downloading. This is where, for whatever reason, optimization-wise, and the assets that are in this map, it just takes long time for some reason. Oh, there it goes. Finally found. Battle Royale free-for-all. Last one standing wins. In this domed city on the moon, you must eliminate all other players for victory. Low gravity means big jumps. Search custom loot boxes, loot chests for space weapons and jetpacks. You have limited time because of the life support failure. The city is filling up with carbon monoxide. Okay, we're actually starting on the top level, this particular spawn zone. So there's a load in, as you can see, the timer down here. Because it takes a while for various systems, whether it's PC, PlayStation, whatever, Xbox. Can we find the sapphire? I might not be able to find it before this finishes loading. Oh yeah, it's over here. It's a little bit harder to see when you're inside the dome. You see how it's gray on the one side, but it's blue over here? So oh, there it goes. It's loading. Blender for creating real life scenarios. Nice. Okay, so now we actually are spawning in the basement. And again, extra time for people to load in, just in case, because this map, it takes something. Oh, I know where we are. So these are custom loot boxes. I put in specific weapons into these loot chests for a reason. Also, it's moon gravity, so you're gonna jump. Look at that! Custom warning messages. Toxic levels of carbon dioxide detected. Evacuate now. Warning.
Warning. Life support failure. Toxic levels of carbon dioxide detected. Evacuate now.
So this is how the game starts, and it's a battle. It's a mini royale. So
Warning. Life support failure. Toxic levels of carbon dioxide detected. Evacuate now.
again, my voice is in Fortnite. Why do I have a health bar? Oh, you see it? You see the carbon dioxide? And it's doing damage to me now. But you can see the levels of like the gas. And then this effect where the color goes away. Yeah. Is it 16? I think it is, yeah. Let's see, so we go up a level. Carbon dioxide hasn't reached us here yet. Gravity is still moon gravity because we're on the moon. But, yeah. These apartment complexes, so I actually took the house from one of the chapters, and I just copied and pasted and stretched it and modified it so it's an entire apartment complex now. Particle spawner with little parts would be great, yeah. I wonder why my health bar is not showing up. That's so weird. But yeah, so you can see, now we're on the second level. Oh, here's the carbon monoxide. It's rising up. You see it moving up? And now it's doing me damage. But yeah, so this apartment complex. And then there's also chests inside of here. But yeah, so there's 4 apartment complexes, A, B, C, and D. custom weapons and everything. Again, the custom loot chests I did. For funsies, I want to make sure it was feeling, you know, futuristic space kind of deal. Oh, let's go over here to the dome. Edge of the dome. You can stand over here. Oh! What? How did I clip through that? What? Now I can't get back in. How did I get outside? I have used almost all of the memory. It's absolutely bananas. It's like 99,400. It's right at the maximum 100K. I must have lagged through. Oh my gosh. Yeah, flying bug. So you can kind of see, this is wild. You can see the edge of the zone that I set up for the carbon monoxide that rises through the city. Even this doesn't look right. This is all, this is, when you actually look at this, it's smoother than this in reality. Yeah, see, this dish looks funny. I'm taking damage out here. The damage volume, I must have made it massive compared to the visual volume. Console rate on handheld device. I honestly don't know, because that just came out again. This was actually an optimization that I did on this map. These are not the solar panels you'll find in UEFN. I actually made, with Blender, my own solar panels. I just copied the texture from the Fortnite asset, and then I stretched them so that these are a lot simpler. So now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then each panel it's like 5. It's 6 parts, because each solar panel was like 6 parts on its own. But since I did this, I was able to make it much larger for the visual effect with the same part count. So that was my optimization there. So oh, I'm back into the damage volume. Oh, here we are. So you can see the cylinder. So this is my custom storm event. This is how I did damage in this map. So you can because of this bug, I got outside of the dome. Oh, now you can see the gem. Can you see it? The blue shape of the gem right there. I don't know if you can see it on mobile, but that's why it's Sapphire City. It's blue, and it looks like a gem. So there to there, and then across, and then down, and then over to there. But yeah, there's loot chests down there. There's one on each of these buildings. Actually, one of these buildings has 2 on it because it's in the level, like down underneath inside of one of these levels here. But yeah, you can see the carbon monoxide rising up. And so normally, if you don't manage to get a flying bug to get outside of the dome, like you're stuck in here. This is with your jetpack. This is as high as you can go normally, and so this is what would constrain the players, and in the end, like, that's how you get to the last one standing, right? Is this damage from the rising carbon monoxide due to the life support failure would eventually eliminate everybody. But in the meanwhile, you know, it's a normal battle royale type game. You still need to eliminate everybody. But yeah, this was a huge learning experience for me. And again, no verse, no programming. if I there's no respawn in this mode. There's no, yeah. This mode does not have respawn because there are no teams. It's a solo play game, and then battle royale style, so last one standing. Kind of see the blue. Oh no, not anymore. So that was another thing that I learned how to do too with the Simax and stuff is. So you see how the colors all fade away as the carbon monoxide raises up. So it kind of gives you that sense of like, seems exit. Oh, okay. Return to lobby. Yeah, there's no way to. I didn't put that into this map. As far as respawn. If you're eliminated, you're done. One and done. I wonder if I can get high enough. Running out of fuel. So even if you do, victory. So yeah, that's Sapphire City, Luna. There it is. Oh, and with that, that's all of my maps, friends. That's it. That's what I've built. I am working on more. I have outlines for a couple of different gameplay styles and maps that I hope to release. Maybe not this year, but next year. The one map that I don't know if I can release it this year. We've only got a couple months left. You know, it's October already. Maybe I can release it this year. But that would be Mare Crisium, which is 2 battlecruisers over the moon. You have to destroy the enemy battlecruiser. You have to destroy their fusion core. That's the win condition. And it's teams. It's a red versus blue type of map, but it's in space. Kind of along these lines. And yeah, if I can do that this year, that would be fantastic. But I have a regular day job that I have to work, you know. Unless some of this streaming stuff can take off. You know, I started using pump.fun today for the first time ever, and I made more in 45 minutes on pump.fun than I have made cumulatively my entire Twitch and YouTube years. So I'm hoping that that's gonna work out and pay off, because if that's so, I could theoretically quit my day job soon and just do this full time, which I would love to do, you know. Yeah, even simple verse, just little things, being able to choose teams, you know, stuff like that, conditional things, switches, like being able to do this or that. Yeah, and again, it just comes back to time. Like, do I have the time to learn how to do that? Currently, no. I have a day job. I have to work. You know, I have a powerful need to eat and have a roof over my head, so that's the job. I want to do this, obviously. But in the meanwhile, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. We'll see how it goes. And I appreciate you coming in and following and joining the Discord and everything and chatting and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Oh my goodness. It's like 1:30 a.m. It's almost 2 a.m. for me. This was supposed to be a test stream. I was just going to make sure that everything still worked, because it wasn't working earlier. with pump.fun. And so now that I'm able to do all of this between Twitch, YouTube, and Pump, like, that's very promising. I think I figured it out. So yeah, the creator community is definitely a good one. And following everybody on, on Steam or on Twitter, whatever, like being able to do all that stuff and just, maybe there'll be some collabs in the future. We'll see. I don't know exactly what that's going to be like, but yeah. Oh, you just started up. 9 a.m. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Well, with that in mind, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's been good, for sure. So, thank you again, everybody, for hanging out, everybody who lurked. Thank you for chatting and hanging out, asking all your questions. I am glad to answer them. Like, I'm learning too. I'm figuring this out. And if I can help somebody along the way, even better, And play some games in it once in a while. So, yep. That's it for me. Like I said, it's coming up on 2 a.m. very soon, so I am going to call it a night. The guy from the future. Yes, you are. So long and farewell. I'll see you next time.